For assignment 7, we are going to be creating a poster. You may have seen posters like this. This style is created by Shepard Fairey. It's used in the Obama sort of political campaign, and you've seen it in other used in other contexts as well. So we are actually going to find a photo of yourself and create that into this style of poster. Okay, so how you need to begin is to find an image of yourself that is sort of looking up and off into the distance. I tried to look one for myself for this assignment, and I couldn't find one that I have already taken. So I just used my webcam to take a photo like that, and I'm not completely happy with it, but I think that it will do because there's a lot of editing that's going to happen. Anyway, so after you have found a photo of yourself looking up and your chin kind of tilted up a bit and away into the distance, just sort of try and take one that try and get a friend to take one for you, or maybe find one that you are already happy with and sort of has the same posture. Anyway, moving on. So you need to bring that into Photoshop first before you can bring it into Illustrator to start working on it. So let's go to Photoshop and bring that photograph in. So as you can see, I ended up with this one. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I think that it will work. I'm going to go over here to the crop tool over here, right? And kind of crop it a little bit so it's just my face. There you go. Maybe I'll leave that there and then enter, and now that's cropped. Okay, so the next step is I'm just going to go to my move tool to get out of my crop tool. The next step is to go to image, adjustments, and posterize. Okay, so I'm going to change the levels to 5 and play around with it. Let's see, 4. All right, so I think I'm actually quite maybe happy with 4 or 6. Let's see, 4. I think I was happiest with 4 there. Okay, so I'll just leave it at 4. All right, so now after this, I need you to create a new layer. So duplicate a few layers. So click on it and go down to that plus there. So duplicating a few layers here. All right, let's try with 4 layers. And let's go to the first layer here. And I'm going to go to image, adjustments, and I am going to go threshold. Okay, so nothing looks like it's changed. It's because, let's go cancel. Nothing looks like it changed because you're covered by the other layer. So let's hide all the other layers. So let's go to, make sure you're still on the right layer. Now let's go to image, adjustments, and threshold. Okay. Oh, now I'm completely blacked out. So I need to go to a different threshold level. You can change it up here, but it's easier to drag this scale down here, over here. Okay, so I'm gonna have 4 of these layers like this with the different threshold levels. So I'm gonna start off with the most detail. This is too dark, so I'm gonna move one over. And perhaps this. So I'm gonna look for the peaks. The peaks are these lines here, okay? Look for the peaks. There we go. So I'll leave that as 1. And then now the next one, I'll go image, adjustments, and threshold. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's why. So I have to go to this background copy to layer and go to image, adjustments, and threshold. So this one needs to be lower than the last one, so 72. And again, click on copy 3, image, adjustments, threshold. How is that? Go. Okay, and then finally the last one, click on copy 4, image adjustments, threshold. There we go. And here we have it. All right, so the next thing you need to do is to export them as JPEGs, and I need to export each layer as a separate JPEG. So let's go over to File, Export, and Layers to Files. So that's File, Export, Layers to Files. Right, and let's go browse, and on my desktop or wherever you like to save your files, you can create a new folder and call this assignment 7. Okay, and go OK, and then prefix, I'm just gonna call it yin. Okay, and then file type, I think you're at default at PSD, so go to JPEG, change that, and we can run it. And then it's going to save each layer as a JPEG. All right, and when it has, it will say export layers to files was successful. So let's go take a look at that. On my desktop, I have assignment desktop, I have assignment 7. There we go. So I have all these layers, and now we are good to bring that into Illustrator. So that will be in the next video. So for this video, what you need to do is find a photo of yourself and then bring it into Photoshop, crop it, and then you need to create 4 extra layers, and go to Image Adjustments, and then posterize it, and then for each of them, go to it, and then go to Image Adjustments, and then find the threshold, and have different levels of threshold. So you would start with higher levels and then go to lower levels. Okay. All right, so we are ready to wrap this up in Photoshop, and we'll bring this into Illustrator in the next video.